Welcome to Revolutionize Your Marketing. This is with Mill City Marketing MA, and on a normal Friday, you'd have the one and only John Petro Sr. here doing the hosting of his show. This is a great team effort that we have going on here with Mill City Marketing. My name is Sue Roskopf. I am with the World of Ability Podcast Network, and John being here with Mill City Marketing and Revolutionize Your Marketing is part of the World of Ability Podcast Network. And we are so happy to have him joining us here on Fridays at 4 o'clock Central for all of those great tips and tricks and all of his wonderful guests that he has coming on here. As I get to stand in today and be his pseudo host, if you want to call it that, I have privileged to go ahead and bring in, the guy who needs no introduction, but does need introduction because I bet some of you watching this have yet to meet him. So Kurt Roskopf actually is not only my hubby, but also a great piece of the puzzle here with what we do with this program and with so many more projects we work on. You can see in his background, he is part of Helpipedia as well. And Kurt, if you want to come on in and just share a little bit about what is Helpipedia and I know just giving this little tease going forward, we have some TV pieces that are coming up that we're going to share out more about here before we're all said and done. So, Kurt, I want to pass it over to you for a quick introduction. Glad you're here.
All right, thank you. So, helpipedia.org is the website, helpipedia.org, and you'll see a great organization with community partners that provide a roster of experienced experts in the realm of education. And it's in my participation, 2 years for me experiencing a great group um, that the intersection has evolved to be strong in the high school level. So these professionals are coming together to reach out to parents and to look at, what are parents dealing with? Balancing their work life with their family life and, the idea of being the parent that their teens need them to be and to look at what we're doing at the high school years to then spill over into a successful collegiate experience and then all things where the youth are being asked, what do you want to do in life, what do you want to become, when you grow up, what are you, what field of work are you going into and how is it steering your studies and affecting the college you're going to go to and taking the ACT test and all sorts of college preparation and then all the issues. We have a well-being support group, that is available at 2 Eastern every Monday and every Tuesday. We are working on a directory, a special needs directory. So this group is taking on the task that if you have a teenager who's in special education, what our parents and our special ed students, how are they getting the resources they need being pointed to, how they can make sure that their ideals are adhered to. And then on Thursdays, we have a special needs, support group. So the meeting on Tuesday is at noon Eastern. The meeting on Thursdays is at 1 Eastern. And then Fridays, we have another work group meeting with that special needs directory. And that's at 10:30 Eastern time. So this is to say that, there, there are events on the calendar to connect on Zoom and to tell the group what you need and what you're looking for. If you have something to offer, if you're thinking you might be a good community partner, to join us in that, you can email hello@helpipedia.org, connect through the website, and we also do have a meetup.com page. So Helpipedia can be found on meetup.com, where our co-founder Phil Vitrano works to get that on there. So that well-being chapters, well-being support group at 2 Eastern, Help Talks right after that, a live stream on YouTube. Check it out. youtube.com/at midlife success, and you're seeing that Thursday special needs chapter or Thursday special needs support group at 1 p.m. weekly. So come on in, be a part of the movement to, complement and supplement, be an adjunct to, what our teens and parents and families and all things, the issues for teens, because we know that it includes that's when our students become drivers, 16-year-olds. We know that because we have a daughter who's 16 and, all that. So, learning about the driver's ed and everything at the age of 15. And, so you have to worry about the issues of making sure that teens are not, partaking with peer pressure and, having alcoholic beverages and then hopping behind the wheel and following all the laws like meeting the curfew and making sure to not have, you know, to have multiple friends in the car and all sorts of stuff. But, we know in the world of teens, we have the issues of teen suicide and, PTSD and stress and depression and all the emotional stuff that goes on, making it through the teen years where teens can be tough on each other. And so as parents, we, can kind of have a little plug in to say, as we're watching our teens go through this, what do we do as a parent? And what do our teens need from us during these times? And there's issues of, human trafficking, human sex trafficking, and all sorts of issues. So there's so much to deal with. Helpipedia is there to help sort it out and help you navigate and consider all your options, alternatives, resources, and consider maybe how from what they've organized it might help be the thing that points you in the right direction. Helpipedia.org. There you go, Sue.
Excellent. So again, helpipedia.org. Check it out. That is definitely a wonderful resource that I really I encourage everyone to share that out. That is something that, word of mouth, and having that recommendation from friends to know that that exists. That's how things grow. We're all about making things grow. And speaking of growth, we all watch TV, right? There's some interesting new things happening in our little corner of the world that is slowly becoming not so little. So, Kurt, I'm going to just take a moment here to pull on up a bit about what's happening in the world of TV. On the Mark TV, to be more specific. Are you familiar with what's all happening with On the Mark TV? And have you, and I'm asking this obviously a little tongue in cheek here with you, Kurt, because you know full well what's going on with On the Mark TV and with Mark Balin. And I'm going to go ahead and just share on here. He's been sharing out things like iVod TV, and that is something that previously, when you typed into your address bar here, ivodtv.org, it used to go, you can see on my screen here, it was right after that you had to put in On the Mark TV. Well, guess what? Now you just go to ivodtv.org and it takes you to the same place as onthemarktv.com. So he's now gone ahead and moved things forward to be a shortcut here. Go to onthemarktv.com and you can listen live right now. If you click on that watch live button, that's where you actually can go ahead and see what's happening. You just hit play. Free TV right now.
Time to make the donuts.
Time to make the donuts. Okay, I'm not going to play it right now because I don't have permission actually to be streaming this out. However, if you want to see what's all coming up, you just click on his TV guide and see what is happening next. Oh, and then you know what? Actually, I have to hit TV guide, don't I? And today is Friday, December 26th. So you can scroll on down here. It's to the second, actually, what is playing. So I'm going to scroll on down. Oh, on now, Hard Cash Movie. That's actually taking place right now, and there you can see all the pieces that are coming forward here. What else is on? So he is a great resource. If you ever actually wanted to be on TV, you have the opportunity to work with him and do just that. So that is something that I am thrilled to be. I see thriller. I am thrilled to be able to say that is a definite piece of the puzzle you can add into what you are currently doing. And beyond that, are you familiar with nonprofit TV? Nonprofitmediasolutions.org to be more specific, actually. So Anthony Sardelli with Nonprofit Media Solutions, he currently has actually, Kurt, do you know how many locations? He actually has television sets across a good chunk of Texas in the Denny's restaurants, where the nonprofit TV network is constantly live streaming great news, good people centered nonprofit work uh, all across the state of Texas in the Denny's restaurants. Do I know, actually, I should have looked this up before I came on here to say live. Kurt, do you know if he has a list anywhere or where you would find more info about that part of this? Because I know on his website here right now, live TV. He has live TV on here, just like what Mark was doing. And oh my gosh, what is this? I do believe this has to do with well, actually I should say earlier on here was a question that was being asked by Phil Vitrano to this group. So Kurt, is this actually part of Helpipedia that we're actually seeing right now? I see it says founder of Impact and founder of Justice Consulting Group. I'm totally throwing it at you just to see if you happen to know what this group is.
Yeah, so basically Tabitha Barron is the one that heads this up. This is a Save Kids program, and so she's got these other connections coming onto her show to talk about their
Hmm.
topic in that show. And Tabitha is a community partner of Helpipedia.
Nice. Very nice. So you can see that their group is on here right now with the live TV program on nonprofit TV. And actually, just to back up then, Kurt, actually, locations? Is that part of what I was looking for? Or did I just missed that it was here? There it is. That is exactly what I was looking for. Look at all of these locations where there currently are the television sets at Denny's restaurants. So if you want to see that, if you're anywhere in the Texas area where you're seeing these, South Padre Island, San Benito, uh, go back up, Brownsville. So all these locations have those in-house networks in place where you can see what's going on here with nonprofit TV currently. And Kurt, you actually are on the board with nonprofit TV. So do you want to just say a couple words about that as well? And is there anything else on the site here that I should be sharing? Or come on in and just share a little bit more because I know you got a little bit more background on it than I do. And I gotta say though, if you haven't met Anthony yet, this is definitely a place where you can make a difference in the nonprofit world. And again, with getting your message out. So, Kurt, I'm gonna pass it over to you for just a moment.
Yeah, our friend Anthony is also a veteran. So we do have a lot of allegiance with veterans. So he is helping our connection with Project Die Hard, our veteran service organization combating veteran suicide by spreading hope to veterans. And so in McCann, Illinois, we have a studio that'll be used for all this television stuff with nonprofit TV and On the Mark TV, Easy Way TV, the Disability Channel, and so forth. And so the Denny's locations on this list are all clearly marked Denny's when it is a Denny's location. So you are seeing a lot of other businesses, brick and mortar businesses, coming into the business model. And it's a very practical system because all of these locations have a control box right there with the TV set, and those control boxes are set up with internet access so that nonprofit media solutions can manage the content. So each of these locations are getting a custom programming for each of the different business models and locations. So, like all the Denny's, even the particular Denny's locations have different programming on it because of, appealing to their patrons that walk into their door. So and then what it does is it builds community for that business because people are seeing that even if they're tourists, it's interesting even
Mhm.
for tourists to see, what is coming up on that TV set because they're learning a lot about the community with the different nonprofit organizations and, PSAs coming on there and the different messages and shows, like what Sue has been showing, all coming on there. And so, like when you look at Denny's, like with the eatery, it's keeping in mind what type of television viewing do we want for our patrons as they're eating pancakes and they're having that orange juice and whatever else they're all enjoying, and then considering the turnover on tables that they come in, they're starting to get exposure to the television programming, and then within the hour, it's, looping or whatever like that, or shifting to different programming. It actually is an evolving thing throughout the day and throughout the operation hours. So if they're open for 24 hours, 24/7 programming, if they're open for an 8-hour day of operation, well, then the programming is made with that in mind. So these facility managers are really loving the nonprofit TV network and everything we're delivering. So between it's available on live stream all the time and then plus on the television sets in this custom format, it's become a great combination. And it's an innovative program that's going to keep evolving and become, well, it's established as cutting edge television programming, following the trends of TV and looking at how we're consuming it differently, and to have it interactive with our smartphones and all of the great stuff.
Well, a little bit of trivia for you. I just went through as you were speaking and I counted the number of TVs listed on this list. You want to take a guess? Do you know how many are on there?
80.
Oh, you are so close. 77 is what I counted on the list. So unless he's added a few more and it hasn't made the list yet, that's amazing. That's a lot. So it's amazing. So again, I'm just clicking on this contact us link so you can see what happens when you go there. If you are interested in knowing more about this, if you want to go ahead and touch base with Anthony, you can reach out to us directly, or you can go ahead and use his contact us link right here. So if you are on his website, again, nonprofitmediasolutions.org, and click on contact us, you can go ahead and fill that in. Tell him Kurt and Sue sent you, and he'll take good care of you because he's just that great guy. So I'm thrilled that these are options that we are able to share out with folks. Because when you talk about revolutionizing your marketing, if you haven't thought about what's it like to be on TV, you're still missing a piece of the pie of what's possible because that would revolutionize everything, wouldn't it? My goodness, I can't. I gotta say personally, that's not something that I was picturing coming up real quickly there. But as far as in my corner of the world, we've actually been doing a lot with the Disability Channel and whatnot. But the added piece that these add is amazing. Kurt, go ahead.
Wanted to offer everybody out there, you also can reach me as a member of the Nonprofit Media Solutions team, Kurt at nonprofitmediasolutions.org. Feel free to call and text me 262-372-1754. And also wanted to point out that our friend Zach Clayton with Community Pay It Forward just did a fantastic 37-hour live stream that ended earlier today.
Actually, that is worth bringing up as well. I'm heading over to quickly uh, open this up for us. Okay, so Back. Ooh, hello. Back to sharing my screen. Sorry, getting all the buttons in place here. If you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel here for actually, I see Kurt, your hand is still raised. Did you have another comment, or are you good right now? Sorry. Okay. So with Revolutionize Your Marketing here, we are on the channel for Mill City Marketing. So check that out. YouTube.com at Mill City Marketing MA 7436. That is the link at the top here for Revolutionize Your Marketing. And Kurt, back over to you.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you're going over to the Pack channel. We want to give a
Oh,
shout out to
yes.
our friends over at the Pack channel. I put the link in the chat if that helps you, and I got
Oh,
the
nice.
link to the episode 1 of the Miracle of a Season from their 37-hour broadcast. And we're already working on our 222 program, February 22nd. So be a part of it. Come on in. Communicate with me, the Pack channel, with John Petro Sr. here at Mill City Marketing MA, with our team here at Revolutionize Your Marketing. But take a look at that Miracle of a Season episode 1 there. There's the Welcome to the Miracle, all the stuff here. There's the premiere down there below. Look at all the Miracle of the Seasons, episode 1, 2, and 3. So on and so forth, going from there. It shows, at 7:15 p.m. There's going to be
Ah,
episode 2, and then at 10, so it's still going.
it's still going.
Yeah.
Love
So
it.
click that notify me and make sure you don't miss it.
I've just click right here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, which we have on here, all you have to do is click on that subscribe button. And this is how you know if you have already subscribed, it states that right on there. So it is real easy to know your status. And this way you're in the know. You actually are up to date on things that are happening. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pop back over uh, to the World of Ability account as well. And viewing our channel. So if you have not subscribed yet to World of Ability, that link is up at the top here, Ability Network. So it's youtube.com/at Ability Network. And come on in. And when you go to our channel here, you can see what's the most recent live streams we've done, the most recent video uploads. And then look at this. Did these look familiar? We have the network, the shows that we are working with right on here. I know we were just talking about Pack Channel. Check that out. We've got Mill City Marketing MA and so many others beyond that. There's actually still a few more I need to get added in here, but that is a good chunk of what is available through our immediate network to be able to take advantage of all of that wonderful content. We are lucky to be associated with so many great groups and podcasters, and that we've been able to help get several started. I'm going to put that right in there. This is Mill City Marketing MA, and this is Revolutionize Your Marketing. As Kurt and Sue Roskopf here with World of Ability podcast, we are here able to help revolutionize your marketing too. You can get your word out through a podcast, through a video, like just like what we're doing here. This is not, it's not that hard to come on here and talk. It's something that you could do. We could interview you. If this is an option that exists, we could do a series. We could do a single show. We could do whatever makes sense for you to help revolutionize your marketing. Get your word out the way you want to be heard, seen, known, all the things. We can help make that happen. It's so easy to connect with us and do that. That's where actually, you know what, Kurt? I gotta back up and ask if you remember the story of how did you and Mill City Marketing MA, you and John Petro Sr. How did that connection happen? I want to guess it's through Alignable because I know he does a ton with Alignable. Is that actually where the connecting point happened?
Yeah, it is where it happened, and the catalyzer for it all is Sherry. I was going to call her Sherry Powell, but Sherry the from the Let's Be Trees. Remember Sherry?
Oh, yes. Okay, name out of the blue. Give me just a minute. Okay, go ahead and tell the story. I'll look our name up. I'm gonna make sure I get that right here.
Yeah, so John and I, we help Sherry with Let's Be Trees and with the marketing of that cemetery society. And, so we did a long series with her. And so out of routine, we kept hopping on Fridays. And it got to a point where Sherry was pulled in other directions and not keeping her to um, the live stream series of Let's Be Trees. And so with John being on and Sherry not being on, I I just spontaneously said, "Well, John, what about doing a podcast for Mill City Marketing MA?" And he liked the idea. And I'm like, well, we need a name, for the show. And he just pondered it. We had a little discussion. All of a sudden, he came up with Revolutionize Your Marketing. I'm like, there you go. That's a good show name. I'm like, all right, you ready? I can hit live right now. He's like, sure. So we got on there, and I just came on in World Ability podcast fashion and did as a reveal of the Revolutionize Your Marketing show. And so he came on that one day thinking he was going to be on to support Sherry with Let's Be Trees, and he ended up starting this all new series every Friday, live at 5 Eastern. Every Friday, Revolutionize Your Marketing Show by Mill City Marketing MA, typically hosted by our very own, the one, the only, John Petro Sr. So that's
And
kind of
Sherry Wallace is the one that we get to give
Wallace,
credit
Sherry
to.
Wallace, Sherry Wallace. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it all happens. So that's the power of these shows. You assume people know stuff. Like I would have thought Sue would have known that story, but apparently she's hearing it right here, right now, with all of you. So there you go. You're all keeping pace with Sue right here on Revolutionizer Marketing.
There are so many wonderful people we've met along the way. I can't say that I've got all the stories memorized here. That's where it's nice to be able to refresh. And, that's what publicity, that's what advertising, revolutionize your marketing. Because somebody's heard your story once doesn't mean they remember it all. I think there's a statistic out there of you got to have something pop in front of somebody at least 7 different times before it really starts being like, oh yeah, yeah, that, yep, got it, that thing, that. So there is a value to repetition, and I know with different shows that we do and different shows that we've helped produce, I often, not often, but I do occasionally like to revisit things that we've covered in past episodes because not everybody sees every episode. That is a thing too. Sometimes we have unique information throughout an episode, but there's nothing wrong with going back and hitting a topic again because somebody might be seeing this one and has no clue to go back. Give them that elbow of, hey, there's a lot of good info that's come through previously. Be sure to go on back and check that all out. So again, you do not want to go back and see all the things here that John has created with Mill City Marketing MA. He's had some really, really wonderful guests that have come through and shared their wisdom, their expertise, their perspectives. And you want to go back and be sure to bring that information into your wheelhouse. That said, this is here every I almost said every Saturday, every Friday at 4 o'clock Central. We are here with Jen to do Mill City Marketing MA's version here as they are bringing forward Revolutionize Your Marketing. Doesn't want to be part of that? So I'm going to pass it to you, Kurt, for any final words you have to share with the show today.
Yeah, so again, folks, the inspiration is, with a nonprofit effort, a cemetery society, John and I helping on the marketing aspects of that, NGO management and getting it out there through social media, Alignable, the business networking groups, all the things, you know, the you know the attraction of the name revolutionize your marketing is when you throw that term around all around the world, marketing, 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 marketing. Some people are solopreneurs and looking at in that guerrilla marketing fashion, to say it's social media, digital marketing, doing the emails, doing the SMS messages, hopping on LinkedIn, hopping on Alignable, and making sure it's maybe in Pinterest. Like I just posted this live YouTube video to Pinterest. And, so again, make sure we're doing the Facebook lives and the LinkedIn lives, the Instagram lives. We got the YouTube live going here, X Spaces, and, really branching out because that's what marketing is bringing what you have to the market. Sue and I participated in an entrepreneurial group that came together through our community college, our technical college in our county, which would be in the state of Wisconsin. A lot of them formed all around the state because the agency supplied a little seed money, like $500 for each chapter around the state, to have an I&E club, the Inventors and Entrepreneurs Club, because that stimulated manufacturing. Because when people invented a thing, something that served a need, they created that supply, but then the entrepreneurs helped to build the demand for that item. So to help people bring that product to the marketplace, which stimulated manufacturing in the state of Wisconsin and continues to be the case. So when you're talking about revolutionize your marketing, it's the idea instead of just doing it, let's do it more effectively. Let's collapse the time frame. Let's make it more efficient. Let's make it more what people in the marketplace are expecting. When you say find a need and fill it, it's like, okay, you can find a need and fill it, but then are you creating that sustainability to your business because you're effectively marketing it and people are grabbing at what your business supplies over and over and over and over again because you're running a good marketing plan. I was talking to somebody this last week about if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You got to have it written down. It's an art form. You got to have it where you can see it all in one place. What are you doing for PR? Your re, public relations, your press releases, your promotions. You know, um, the four P's of marketing are product, place, price, and promotion. Because if you're not out there keeping it, on the top of people's minds, that's what these podcasts are about. This is a way that John, with his business, Mill City Marketing MA, every week is creating another way that his being available for television and marketing and, with what he's doing being an ambassador of Alignable, he's making himself available. Just like if you went out to the marketplace street and you set up a tent and people can walk up to your countertop and take a look at, or out in your displays out along a street market, and see everything. You have to ask yourself, how are you putting what you have in front of the right people? Because these are the people that would be inclined to buy your product or service. So that's what we're doing here at the Revolutionize Your Marketing Show. So we talked about nonprofits. Sue and I, over 20 years ago, we learned about affinity and cause marketing. And it's, oh my gosh, another term. Well, don't worry about the term. Just know that you have experienced affinity and you have experienced cause marketing. So when you see a company positioning themselves with a walk, run, roll, or they're sponsoring the PGA Tour, the golf is the affinity, Everybody's attracted because of the golf game. Like we've got our Packer game this weekend. So Packer Nation. That's the affinity, the thing that attracts everybody. And then you'll see cause marketing spliced in because these NFL football players or these golf pros are supporting charitable efforts. And that's a way to build your community, build notoriety, and show the strength of your company and organization, and to build, um, you know, build that essence for people that when they're doing business with you, that they are doing good with their money because there's a cause being supported as purchases are made with that product or service. So these are all the things to help strengthen and get more results and to make it predictable. Because that's what everyone wants when you're in a business and you're putting all this work in every day. We all want to know that our efforts today are going to be fruitful and that at the end of all of our efforts, we're going to keep having money come in the door because we're effectively marketing. And that's John's goal here is to revolutionize your marketing. So you can have money coming in the door because John wants to see you doing what you're doing for as long into the future as you'd like. So that's it for now. Sue, back to you.
And you, as you're talking, you did make me think of one thing that I thought would be worthwhile to share so you understand just how easy it is to share things out, like you said. If you're on YouTube, do you know this little share button right here? The power of that share button? All you do is click on that, and you can just real simply, you can copy this link, send it to anybody any way you want. That gets you right to that video. Or look at all this. You can just click on the Facebook one and boom, now you're in your Facebook account. You can post that right in Facebook or LinkedIn or X or Pinterest. There's the shortcut to email it. WhatsApp. What I'm not familiar with KO. There's new stuff here. There's Reddit. There's BK. There's whoa, all sorts of things going on, and I'm clicking buttons, not meaning to. But you look at all this. There are so many things you can do. You can create a post with that item that you where we are here, this particular video. I can just create a post within YouTube as well. There are so many ways you can take advantage of these pieces like this that are shortcuts, ways that you can make the most of your marketing efforts and share that out. Kurt, over to you.
Just want to point out, when you pull up that share element, the most commonly overlooked or glazed over, glossed over feature there was the embed.
Right
Most
here.
people who hop on YouTube don't know what the embed is all about, but the embed is it gives the embed code that if you have a website and you want this video to, or at least the Ability MK Now video being shown here, that is the
Look
embed
at
code
that.
to go into the HTML code. So
Ooh,
webmasters are using that to effectively share it, and it can go into things where you communicate to people in your network. Like some email systems actually have the ability to embed the video in the email message, and then they just watch it in the email. So I just wanted to share that because, again, I know 9 out of 10 people are like in bed. They're just not looking at it. Yeah, right. So there you
me.
go. You
I
keep
was one.
learning
You just
so
taught me
much.
something. I did not know that piece. So, hey everyone, we're learning together here, right? That's together we grow. I love it. So, thank you so much for all those pointers. That makes all the difference in the world. And I believe that was your last piece. Actually, no. Kurt, come on back. If people want to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Do your Googles. Google Kurt Roskopf and have fun. Email me, Kurt at, so KURT, Kurt at nonprofitmediasolutions.org. Call and text me 262-372-1SKI. It's because Sue and I are water skiers. 262-372-1754. And you can hop on my Facebook. I have two accounts on there. One with the green background, like Sue's got a little bit, and I'm on there with our daughter. And then another one is just me in my Captain Roskopf fashion, and I just got a gray shirt on, gray collared shirt and then a red background. So those are the two Facebook accounts. You can catch me on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/Hey Kurt, HEYKURT, linkedin.com/in/Hey Kurt. And so you can find me because pretty much I run my marketing, I revolutionize my marketing, being like Visa, everywhere you want to be. And it's good to be here at Revolutionize Your Marketing, made possible by Mill City Marketing MA.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me here, Kurt. And thank you to John Petro Sr. for having this show every Friday at 4 o'clock Central to revolutionize your marketing. Again, he can be reached at millcitymarketingma.com. Go ahead and reach out to him at any time. If you want to reach me directly, you can find me at abilityradio@gmail.com. Again, the email address is abilityradio@gmail.com. And let us help you revolutionize your marketing too. I mean, John's the guy. He can help you in all sorts of ways. If you want to know more about podcasting and whatnot, we would be happy to help with that as well. So feel free to reach out. So until next time, go into this next year with some goals of how you are going to revolutionize your marketing in 2026. So, John, for all of us here at World of Ability Network, and for John with Mill City Marketing MA and Revolutionize Your Marketing, as always, we thank you.